And he said today that hundreds of scientists are studying what he calls the autism epidemic. And he said we could know the results of their work by September. And recapping the numbers on Wall Street, the Dow finished the day more than 1,000 points lower. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Downtown Dade. How would you like to be able to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business for less than the cost of one 60-second commercial on many Tampa Bay radio stations? Here's the deal. You can have your own 1-hour radio program on the TAN Talk Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations. Your program will be on 2 Tampa Bay radio stations and will cover 4 million people in Florida, plus worldwide on the internet in both audio and video. And you'll have a web link for your business on the TAN Talk 1340 website. We provide the producer, the state-of-the-art equipment, free production of commercials, and much more. Check it out today. Call Lola O'Brien, the Irish Hawaiian, at 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola O'Brien now, 727-510-7622. Call now and your 1-hour radio program can start tomorrow. Call 510-7622 for Lola O'Brien, the Irish Hawaiian, at the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Do you have questions after being injured in a car accident or injured because of someone's negligence? Do you feel overwhelmed or uncertain about the next steps after being injured in a crash? The personal injury attorneys at Peronic, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes have been helping their injured clients since 1955 and are now on this radio station to provide guidance to you. Listen to FLA Law each Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Let their decades of experience help you and your family. Offices in Clearwater, non-attorney spokesman.
Hello, this is the one and only Robbie the Shark. I want to welcome you to the new program, All Groovy, man. I just want a bunch of folks in front of my porch. Let's have a Coca-Cola, a sweet tea, or whatever your drink of flavor is, and let's just talk about life and how far we've come on the only 1340 WTAN TAN Talk Radio Network.
It's All Groovy with Robbie the Shark. Tune in Saturday afternoon from 12 to 1. Listen at your own risk.
This is Paul Porter, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I hope you'll join me every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for my weekly show, The Home Team, heard right here on the TAN Talk Radio Network and Facebook Live, The Home Team with Paul Porter, talking Lightning, Bucks, Rays, USF, and a whole lot more. Your calls and prize giveaways. Join us this Saturday and every Saturday morning for The Home Team, 9 to 11 on the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Hi, this is Paul Malloy, host of Freedom Works, The Paul Malloy Show. I hope you'll join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, here on the TAN Talk Radio Network, where we strive to bring you the libertarian perspective on political events of the day. There's no show quite like Freedom Works, with in-depth interviews, our ultimate top 10 list, and so much more. So join us for Freedom Works, The Paul Malloy Show, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. here on the TAN Talk Radio Network.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Dawn with SunkissCharters.com. We have a private pontoon boat. We do dolphin sightseeing. We have fishing poles, fishing license. We have all the snorkeling equipment, island hopping. You can bring your own food and your own alcohol. We always have a cooler with chip soda and water on board. $125 an hour, 2-hour minimum. If you like to go to Caladisi Sandbar, it's $400 for 3 hours. And we also have a 42-foot Regal that you can take out in the Gulf of Mexico with your own captain. Come on and make memories with your family and friends. We are pet friendly. SunkissCharters.com, 727-871-7788. Hi, and welcome to Hollywood Connections. We are super excited about today's show, me and Captain Tom.
Yes, we are.
You want to tell who our special VIP guest will be calling in?
It'll be Donnie Most. And Donnie Most, if you remember, was Ralph Mouth from Happy Days. He's also an established singer. He does like a Frank Sinatra.
Oh, I know.
Pack, big band kind of swing band kind of thing. And, you know, it's funny because I used to sit on the boat at the dock over where the Sandman was, and I would play music. I would play the Rat Pack and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember having a guy come to the boat, and he said, "Listen," he goes, "I walk by these boats every day," and he said, "There's nothing; they're just dead." And he said, "Every day you're out there," and he said, "You play the most amazing music." And it's funny because I taught my nephews to like that music. Willie loves it.
Oh yeah. And we're going to play his music on the air. He's also coming to Clearwater Beach, Florida, May 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Hilton Clearwater Beach. He's going to talk about A Night to Shine, his gala that he has. And it's amazing swing band. And I know we have some call-ins that are going to ask him some questions. I know you have a bunch of questions.
Yeah, I have some good questions for him.
And then he's also in a new movie coming out called Harson's Island Revenge, and it's a different twist to his acting. Is coming out, so we'll play that trailer at the end.
It's funny how many credits he actually has. It's really surprising. I can't even name half of a quarter of them in your showtime. I can't do it. He's just done so many things. Yeah.
He'll be calling in here at 5:15 p.m. And I'm so excited because let me just tell you a little history. I had actually met one of his co-stars or something a while ago at a film festival. And then Donnie came to Clearwater Beach, and then I had a chance to interview him on the sailboat. He came actually, and it was a phenomenal interview. It's Don Reese, Donnie Most on YouTube.
Yeah.
And back in the days, you remember when we had the a baseball game with the Henry Winkler, and it was Happy Days baseball?
Yep, I remember the whole thing. Yeah.
And our uncle was a sheriff, and I was this young beauty queen. I had this sash on called Miss South Shore Water Frolics. I'm not going to get into the whole story, but it's a cute story. And anyways, Henry Winkler, I was out in the field, and Henry Winkler gave me a big hug.
Actually, didn't he give you a little pet kiss?
Yeah, he did. He did. I was at 19. I was like, oh, my God.
and that was when the show was, still going on. Still, I still watch it on Paramount Plus.
Right.
They have it on Happy Days on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. And when I got to meet Henry Winkler at a Comic-Con event, and I got up in front of everyone and I said, "Do you remember when your bus broke down and I got to meet you guys?" And he's like, "Yeah, I remember that. That was so cool." And then the funny thing is, my uncle that's a sheriff, he said, "Dawn, their bus broke down. Do you want to go down and meet all of them?" And I was so excited. I was not in the movie scene as I am now in radio. I was a young, I was into pageants at the time. And I got downstairs and I got to meet everyone, and their bus had broke down. It was really an opportunity of a lifetime to meet them.
What was cool about watching Happy Days as a kid? Because their family was a lot like ours in a lot of ways, that we were just so into our family. We just loved our family. We loved our friends. It was, I would kind of say they were role models, but really we had our own thing going.
Yeah.
But it was good to see something that we considered normal on TV.
Yeah, that's what I was brought up in for the Happy Days. And
yeah, Mom was a lot like Marion Ross. And the way she acted, she was just that house mom, and that's how we grew up.
And you've done some research on Donnie Most as well. So I'm excited about your interview with him.
Yeah, I have. Like I said, I have some good questions for him. Probably questions he hasn't been asked before.
Yeah. So, and just we want to thank Lola. I went to the air show this last week. It was super fun with my son and daughter-in-law, and it was a long walk. I've never been to the Lakeland Air Show. It was pretty phenomenal.
I've been to the air shows. They're really cool to see. Some of the stuff the planes do, are just amazing.
Well, I was so excited because I used to be a flight attendant back in the days in Kissimmee for the DC-3, and before I was a Learjet, and then 727s. And the funny thing is, I saw DC-3 and I was like, "Oh my God!" To my daughter-in-law, "I have to go on this plane." So I walk up to the plane, and it's still in service, and they do it for missionary work. And long story short, I got to walk up, and it's like you have to walk up. It's like an incline. And we used to dress up in vintage attire and take people to Key West. It was phenomenal at that time. And just being on that era.
Yeah. And, what's cool is because they have a lot of old stuff there too. And like a lot of stuff was when Dad was in the Air Force, and it's stuff that he would have dealt with, back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. That was my one highlight of going to the air show.
My favorite thing are the helicopters, because some of the helicopters that we have are just insane.
Oh, yeah. They had all the helicopters and everything over there, and the big planes. And that was super phenomenal to see as well. And the kids had a blast. They went back to the air show at night and watched the light show, which I was, but driving back was.
Do you know that when we lived in Chino, California, that I was taking helicopter license?
Oh, really?
I went to a few classes. I never finished, but it was really cool, because I'll tell you what, no matter what problem you have or what you're going through at the time in life, you forget everything, and it's just on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that was just a really cool thing to do. I wish I would have finished. I might finish in the future, though.
That would be cool. That'd be cool. I know my husband, his mom, when she was younger, she got her pilot's license.
Yeah, Dana went up. My sister Dana, another sister of mine, of ours, went up, and she did like a one-time class thing. She loved it.
Oh, I know. It's so much fun. So as we're just waiting to have Donnie Most call in, maybe we can play his first song that I sent over, Ed. And we'll just wait on him, and at least we'll have one of the songs, and we'll come back and talk to Donnie Most on the air. He'll call in about 2 minutes from now. I'm very excited. He's an icon in the industry, in the entertainment industry, and we're just so glad to have him here in Clearwater Beach, Florida. You can get your tickets. He's going to talk about where to get your tickets to see him. And then we'll ask him about this music when he calls in a minute.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah, you can also go to YouTube and put in Donnie Most, and you'll see his swing band. Phenomenal. Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. It's really cool. And as a matter of fact, I'll probably play some while I'm sitting on the boat while I'm working on them.
I downloaded some of the music, like Saboom Saboom. I mean, I super love it. So
Mac the Knife. And, yeah.
Fabulous. If you like that music, as we do, we'll be right back.
Day in, day out, that same old voodoo follows me about. That same old pounding in my heart whenever I think of you. And darling, I think of you day in and day out. Day out, day in. I needn't tell you how my day begins. When I awaken with a tingle. One possibility in view, that possibility of maybe seeing you. Come rain, come on, shine. I meet you, and to me the day is fine. Then I kiss your lips, and the pounding becomes the ocean's roar, 1,000 drums. Can't you see that it's love? Can there be any doubt? When there it is, day in, day out.
Can you hear?
I can hear. I'm good.
And we're back. Hi, is that Donnie? Are you on the air? Hello, we're live.
Oh, well, good to talk to you again.
Hi, Donnie Most. We're playing the song Day In and Day Out. Fabulous music. And we want to welcome you to the show. We want to really promote your big concert that's coming to Clearwater Beach, Florida, May 3rd.
Yeah.
And where is that?
I'm excited about it. It's the Hilton, the Clearwater Hilton. And it's an event that is, it's a fundraiser for essential tremor. And so my wife doesn't have essential tremor, but she has Parkinson's disease, and it's kind of in a similar vein. So it has meaning for me, and I think this is their first event like this. This group of that raises money for essential tremor.
That's Morgan, correct? Morgan Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. My wife Morgan Hart, right?
We've been
Hart
together
Morgan.
a long time.
That's Captain Tom.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, we have. Yeah, we've been married 43 years now.
Wow, I've been 30 with my wife. Now, you guys met on Happy Days too.
Yes, we did. It was the 7th season, which happened to be turned out to be the last season for me because I didn't renew my contract after that year. But so luckily Morgan got on the show just in time for me to meet her, and we got along. We hit it off pretty quickly, and I took her out to dinner the night we were shooting the show, and then we kept dating for another 2 years and got married. So that was back in like '82 when we got married. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep joking with my wife that I'm trying to break Guinness, but you're ahead of me. And that's cool. Now you have 2 daughters too, Madison and Mackenzie.
That is correct. Yes. Madison, she's in the Reno area, and my other daughter Mackenzie is she lives near Boulder, Colorado, and that's why we moved here, because we knew she was going to have a baby and we were going to be grandparents. So about a year and a half ago, we moved to the Boulder area of Colorado.
It's beautiful there.
It's really lovely, and we're happy here, and we get to see her and our granddaughter a lot. And it's not too far to visit Madison. As a matter of fact, we're going there in a couple of weeks to visit her. So it's kind of a new chapter for us, not being in LA. I'd been there for a long time, and my wife grew up there. So it was a big move, but it was a good one. It's this next phase of our lives.
Okay, with having kids and being a dad, okay, and I was a singer when I was in high school and choir and stuff like that. Is there any songs that you perform that you think of your wife or that you sang to your kids when they were growing up? Because I sang to my kids all the time.
Yeah, I used to sing to my kids a little bit, but I can't remember what I sang to them. To my wife, there's a song that I do sometimes in my show, and that's a song written way back in 1924.
Yeah.
Called It Had to Be You.
Yeah, I know that song well.
Yeah, it's a great classic, and it feels really good to sing it to her.
Mine was
she'll be in the audience.
Mine was I Know You from the Disney songs.
Right.
I would sing that to my wife and my kids all the time.
Oh, nice.
Well, we want to play some more music of Donnie Most, and you can download it on iTunes as well, as I've downloaded some music to play in the car, and I absolutely love it. And Captain Tom said, when you get here, what were you talking about?
Oh, yeah. You got to come on the boat. I'll take you to paradise. I'm not kidding. I'll take you to some place that it's breathtaking.
Yeah, well, it sounds terrific. I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll be able to work it out. We'll have, and I'll talk to Dawn after, but I think there's one day in particular I think we'll have free time. So we'll work it out. Hopefully we can make that work.
Yeah.
It would be phenomenal.
Well, by the way, my wife is concierge at the Hilton. So when you're there, my wife is concierge at the Hilton. So when you're there, look her up.
Oh, great.
So
perfect.
We're going to be right back with more music with Donnie Most, and he's here May 3rd, and we posted how to get tickets, and we'll come back and talk to Donnie on more of his concert. We'll be right back.
Woke up this morning, found my baby gone. Woke up this morning, found my baby gone. I got an itch, my baby's gonna roll right in my arms. Cried last night, cried the night before. Cried last night, cried the night before. I came away living so I won't have to cry no more. Going away, baby, get the worry out of my mind. Going away, baby, get the worry out of my mind. If I stay around here, I'll be in trouble all the time. get my lonesome sleeping by myself. I get my lonesome sleeping by myself. When the woman I'm loving sleeping with somebody else. I'm rolling on. Yes, I wonder who cares if I'm rolling on. When the cat next door saw me laying in her arms. Well, it makes me mad, mad as I can be. So mad that I get tired of me. I'm wondering right now when my baby is thinking about me. Well, all right, I love to sing the blues. I get mad walking in these low-down shoes. I love the way my baby sings the blues. I say, baby, 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 everything's really all right. Step right in. I want to hold you tight. I want to love you, baby, love you with all my might. I say, yes, yes. I say, yes, yes. No more low-down shoes. I love the way my baby sings the blues. I want to squeeze and tease her, hold her in my arms. I want to hold her and squeeze her, hold her in my arms. Rolling with my baby, I'm loving all the times. I cried all night long, I don't have to cry no more. I cried all night long, I don't have to cry no more. There's my baby, she's walking in my back door.
And we're back. We're sitting here snapping our fingers. We're dancing in the studio with Donnie Most from Happy Days and a career of over, 700 films, I think?
And he has way more things than I can talk about on the air at the time we have. But he's done this forever. I mean, Donnie, when did you start? Now, was it the band on Happy Days? Did you start singing? Did you start singing before that? When was it?
Oh, yeah. It was before that. I was singing before I started acting. I was going to, I grew up in Brooklyn, and at the age of 13, I started going to this, school studio in Manhattan. I would take the subway every Saturday morning and went to this for singing, acting, dancing. And then from that studio, I got picked to be part of sort of a nightclub review comprised of 7 or 8 teenagers, ages 14 to 16. I was turning 15 that summer, and we performed in all the nightclubs in the hotels up in the Catskill Mountains, which was a big resort area upstate New York. Big summer. So I was singing this kind of stuff, a lot of the standards, Great American Songbook, way back then. It was 5 years before I did Happy Days. And then I kind of put the music aside. I started wanting to focus more on acting about a year later when I turned 16. And I knew I'd get back to the music at some point. I don't know why I waited as long as I did, but it was about 10 years ago. I said, if I'm ever going to do it, I better start doing it now, because I wasn't getting any younger. And I've had a blast doing it, just loving it.
Definitely your calling. I know we have a caller on the phone. Teresa is one of our Beauty Queen reporters and has a show with us as well under Hollywood Connections. She's in Sacramento, California. Teresa, are you there? And you have a question for Donnie?
Hi, Donnie. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, thank you. How about yourself?
Good. And I have a question. You were on Happy Days, and I loved watching it. But I have a question. What characters in film or in the musical do you like playing the most? Like, comedy, drama, action?
Oh, I love playing all different genres. When I first started, went out to LA. I'd been going to classes in New York and all that, and I love playing all different kinds of characters in different genres. And when I first got out to LA, I was more interested in doing drama. And the first couple of roles I landed were pretty dramatic parts. One was an emergency where I played a kid who got paralyzed in a car accident. And then I did a police story where I played sort of a psychopathic mad bomber. So, I was, and then, when I got Happy Days, of course, that became a big success, and then was on, every Tuesday night for years. And then, so I became very associated with that role and that show. So it was a little difficult after that to break away. But I couldn't tell you what my favorite is because I always said I love, I love comedy if it's a really well-written script and the part is good. But I'd love to go back and forth between comedy, drama, and everything in the middle. I have a movie coming out in about a month that's going to be out in theaters and then go to streaming, and it's very different. It's a true story called Harson's Island Revenge.
Oh, yes. We have the trailer of that, and while you're both on the air, it's a phenomenal trailer, and I see you play a different character on that.
Oh, yeah. There was a vicious mob back then, it's all true, called the Purple Gang, controlling all the the liquor, the bootlegging, and they were very vicious in all of their, tactics. I mean, murders, and I play the head of the mob. It was a Jewish mob. And
wow.
I play the head, so it's a very different role. So that's what I'm saying. I love. And then there's another movie out called Lost Heart, where I play a small town local pastor.
I saw that one. Phenomenal.
Yeah. So and there was another one I played a polygamist. And then a career criminal, and then some comedic roles as well. So that's what I really love, just bouncing back and forth between all different kinds of characters.
I saw that on the IMDb Pro, where I have an account too. But I saw all the different credits, your background, and all the movies and that you've done and all that. So it looks like you do a lot of different. Well, that's wonderful. I have another question. I have a friend who, I know you're in music. I have an instructor and a drummer who's a personal friend, who's on major platforms. And I was wondering, you could let Dawn and I know if you have any openings for that, because you do concerts. Just let us know. I have an MP4. I have his MP4s, his music. So if you want any of that, I will gladly send through Dawn and me.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was hard hearing. I think if I have any openings in what regard?
I think she was talking about a drummer. Is that what you were saying, Teresa?
Oh, I see. You mean
yes,
a band?
Yes, because I know you do concerts. You love to sing and you love to do all that. Yeah. So if you ever need, this guy's amazing. So he's an instructor too.
Oh, I see. Well, when I do a concert where I travel, usually pick up musicians, in that area. I bring one or two key musicians, and then I'll pick up other musicians in that area. But if you're up in Sacramento, right? So that's good to know. Maybe no,
he's in the UK.
Oh, in the UK.
Wow.
Well, hopefully I'll
he's in the UK.
I've been trying to get there. Well, if you could pass on information.
Yeah, he's been to the Abbey Studio. Have you heard of Abbey Studios? Where the Beatles have recorded. Well, he's recorded there, and he's really good.
Abbey Road. Yes. Well, you give your give information to Dawn's people, and I'll get it from her. So if I ever get over there,
Yes.
I'll look them up.
Awesome. Thank you, Teresa, for calling in.
Absolutely.
We're going to go to that trailer of this movie that's out called Harrison's Island Revenge with Donnie Most. That's in it. Plays a phenomenal character as a mob boss. And we'll be right back with more music with Donnie Most. And sign up for his concert. Buy those
How do I
tickets.
know this isn't just a setup to get the money, huh? How do I know they're still alive? Get in! Now! Hey, where are they? Where are they? Get on your back. You know what I want.
No! I got $5,000 for each of you if you can get this done.
Are you up to help me get these sons of bitches?
You know I'll go to hell and back for your old man. Whatever the plan is that you come up with, better be good. Whatever the plan is that you come up with, better be good.
We've hurt the purples enough to make them change their tactics. But be on the lookout for more.
You're fighting on more than any of us can chew up. You need to go!
You talk to her like that again, I'm gonna shove my foot. Oh, you forgot?
We know the money that you rat bastard stole! I gave you schmucks a contract! $50,000 worth of boats gone! Either get this guy done, or your asses are on the line!
I have some news for you, but I don't think you're going to like it.
Remember that thing? You didn't quite feel right. Don't screw this up! I'll make his whole side.
These core troops have been trained well.
You're a hell of a lot better at this than me.
No doubt we're going to come out on top of this mission.
War is coming to Harrison's Island.
You know, I can't believe that broad would be so stupid. Yeah, she got a bad Frankie.
We had a good time back then, didn't we?
Wow, I cannot wait to see that. That is being on the edge of your seat for sure. Wow, Donnie, where did they film that? Harrison's Island.
Yeah, it's Harrison.
Harrison. My glasses.
It's we did it up in Alpena, Michigan, another island a little further north than where Harrison's Island is. But the location was really great for capturing, the architecture and the time period. It was a perfect place to shoot. And I think they're having a premiere up there in a couple of weeks. Then it's going to go to theaters in Michigan and then spread out around the country before it starts streaming. So I'm looking forward to it. I still haven't seen the movie, but they're telling me it turned out great.
It looks fabulous. And then also too is where can they buy tickets? I know we have the information we've been posting online. If you don't have it, we have it for your show, May 3rd. And the time that it's at?
Yeah, it's at, let's see, I was just looking at it. It's called, if you go, there's a website. If you just look up A Night to Shine for Essential Tremor Gala. A Night to Shine for Essential Tremor. And I think it's, the conference is on Friday. And what time? I think it's 7:00 on Saturday. It's funny. I'm looking on the site, and it's not telling me. But if you go to the A Night to Shine for Essential Tremor online, it has all of the information there. Wait a second.
And are you going to be singing the whole time, mostly?
Yeah, I mean, there's dinner. It's a whole dinner, and then,
nice.
then the show. Because it's in at the Hilton in one of those banquet rooms. So yeah. Oh wait, here it is.
And the Hilton's right on the beach. It's a gorgeous property. My sister-in-law actually is a concierge there. So it's beautiful. I mean, you're right on the water.
Now, if people wanted to just, and that couldn't attend the show, they're out of state, whatever, because this plays all over. Is there Essential Tremors of Parkinson's charity?
It's not. It's not real. It's different than Parkinson's, but some of the symptoms look the same because people have essential tremor. Their tremor is when they're doing something, like if they're picking up a glass or going to write a letter or whatever it might be. When they're doing something active, then their hand will start to tremor. In Parkinson's, it's a resting tremor. So, like if you're just at rest, you might be shaking. Your hands might be shaking. And then there's a lot of other symptoms for Parkinson's. So Parkinson's, has a lot more than essential tremor. But essential tremor is still, it's something that's very difficult to live with. And they're having some new treatments, I know, that have helped people. I know someone who has essential tremor, and it's real. This new treatment has really made a difference. So the money that's going into it and the research that's going into it is really making a difference. So I'm happy to go there and support this.
Could they just, if somebody couldn't make your concert, could they donate? Would that be just central tremor? Is that what they look for to donate towards it?
Yeah, I would. Let me see. There's the it's called the DSF National Essential Tremor Conference. So, like I said, if you go to that, if you just look up a night to shine for essential tremor gala.
Okay.
It has a lot of the information. I even see a donation, icon to donate on the front page of this. So that's how I found it. I didn't have the link. I just looked up a night to shine for essential tremor gala, and it got me right to it. And there's a donation, like I said, an icon to make it easy.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Somebody ever just gives something out of their pocket, that definitely helps for the research as well. We're going to go to another song, Donnie, that you had sent over. We're so excited to play more of your music, and we'll be right back. Yes.
We're jamming out while you're
We are.
it,
We're sitting here rocking and rolling, and it's just fabulous. And please download his music on iTunes as well and all the other platforms. We'll be right back. Donnie Most.
After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying. You feel blue, you feel sad, you'll miss the dearest love you've ever had. There'll come a time, now don't forget it. There'll come a time when you'll regret it. Someday when you grow lonely, your heart will break like mine, and you want me only. After you've gone, after you've gone away. And after I'm gone, after the breakup, after I'm gone, you're gonna wake up. You will find you were blind. Got to let somebody turn around your mind. And after the years we've been together, the joy and tears, all kinds of weather, someday blue and downright, you're gonna beg to be with me back where you started. After I'm gone, after I'm gone,
my gosh. And how many more songs do we have left? A couple more. Oh my God, I'm sitting here just jamming. And we have a special guest that's calling in real quick, and I have a surprise for her. Are you on the line with us? Hello, you're live on the air.
Hi.
Hi. Well, I know you were calling in. I have a special surprise for you. We remember the TV show Happy Days?
Yes.
Do you remember Donnie Most?
I do.
Well, guess what? You're live on the air with him, and I know you're going to give a testimony about what it's like to be on the water with us with Sunkiss. So is there? Say hi to Donnie.
Hello, Donnie. I watch you all the time.
Oh, thank you. That's great to hear. Thank you so much.
I know she wanted to call in and tell, because if you go on the boat with us, what a fabulous experience she had. So tell us what happened real quick when you were out with Sunkiss Charters with Captain Tom.
Hi,
So we had the best
I'm
day
here.
on the boat. Oh, hi. We had the best day with Captain Tom. So we started out getting on the boat, and we headed out to Caledonia Island, which was unbelievable. It looked like we were pulling up to nothing, but Captain Tom walked us over the hill, and we were on this beautiful just stretch of white sand with tons of shells. My son loved it. I think he found a whole bag of shells. And then Captain Tom helped him fish.
Yeah.
And
Well, we want to have you call in real quick and talk about your experience. We're trying to get Donnie on the boat and relax with Captain Tom. Do you have a question for Donnie while you're on the air with us for a minute?
I don't know. What was it like working on Happy Days?
Oh, it was great. I mean, we had such a wonderful group of people, incredible cast, as everybody knows how, what a talented group of people it was. And we all got along so well, and that helped make the show what it is, I think, and the chemistry we had. And we had great people behind the scenes, too. Our director, Jerry Paris, and Gary Marshall, who was the creator. So it was just a dream come true to be working with all these people, and it was fabulous.
I'm sure. Are you guys still close?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I just was with Ron, Henry, Anson, and myself. We were all together in Pittsburgh at the Steel City Con. It was, like a convention, Comic-Con type of convention. So we were all together. It's been the first time that we'd all been together in quite some time. But we stay in touch. I speak to Anson all the time, and the four of us have like a thread between all four of us that we check in on each other.
That is so fun. That's like a family reunion.
Well,
yeah, it was great.
Well, we're going to play. Thank you so much for calling in. It goes so fast. We're going to play some more of his music. And we want to thank you for charter with us with Sunkiss Charters.
I had as much fun as you did.
Thank you, Captain Tom.
All right. We'll be right back with some more music with Donnie Most. And please, I posted all over Facebook and social media the concert that's coming up that you can buy tickets to. And we'll talk about more of that. We'll be right back.
You left me here on your way to paradise. You pulled the rug right out from under my life. I know where you're going to. I knew when you came home last night. 'Cause your eyes had a mist from the smoke of a distant fire. Lord, I was stunned. Should have seen it come a long time ago. When I realized the reality gave me room. If things are the same, then explain why your kiss is so cold. And that mist in your eyes feels like rain on the fire in my soul. This lying, crying, obsession will get you nowhere. It don't stack up, so slack up I just don't care. Don't let the screen door hit you on your way out now. Don't you drown when your dreamboat runs onto the ground.
And I know, Donnie, it goes so fast. And I hope maybe if you're here on a Thursday, you could come to the studio. You're more than welcome and just be here. I know Lola, our station manager, has known you or something. She has a story from years ago. Captain Tom's like, I have more questions to ask Donnie. I have more.
Well, you have to remember, I was a kid who had a Happy Days lunchbox. I had one that looked like a TV. I still remember it. But it had Donnie and everybody on it. I just have one other thing I want to comment about your music, because like I said, I was a singer too, and still am, but it's you can really feel when somebody sings if they feel what they're singing. Mm-hmm. And Donnie does that. You can tell in his music that it's singing from the heart.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen with a lot of singers. And when I do hear it and I do recognize it, I really want you to know I appreciate it, because not everybody does that.
Oh, thank you, Captain Tom. That's very, I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, I do have a question. And it is about Star Trek Voyager and Dr. Caden on Workforce, because one of the reasons I became a captain is Star Trek. You have to understand. So how did you get that part? And was it really cool to meet the crew? Were you a fan before that? Was that something? He did a part on 2 episodes of Star Trek.
Right.
And
my brother Scott, the other one, loves Star Trek.
Oh, it would have been, to me, that would have been, I probably would have wet myself, to be honest, to be on there. But go ahead. If you could talk about that at all.
Yeah, well, getting the part, my agent called because, like I was saying, getting away from the Happy Days thing was pretty tricky. As much as I love doing the show, you want to be able to continue working and in a varied career, not just, playing the same guy. So, to get this role was, they didn't just offer it to me by any means. I had to go in and meet the people and audition. I had to do one of the big scenes from the episode. And so the audition went really well. And luckily, I got the part. And it was, it was the kind of thing where when I see people like at this last convention that I was at, and I have pictures out, and I have a picture of me from that as Dr. Caden, and people are going, well, I didn't know that was you. I saw that. I remember that episode. They didn't even know it was me. Well,
my wife didn't. I had to point it out to her because I recognized you.
I see. I had some of that. What do you call it? Kind of, not prosthetics, but the kind of makeup they put on where they kind of changed the shape of your face a little bit and features. I didn't have the full one, but I had enough where it changed my look.
How long were you in makeup?
Mine was, some people, it took like 3 hours, I think. Mine was only probably an hour, maybe a little more than an hour, something like that. And in terms of working with the people, they were great. I was a huge fan of the original Star Trek.
Me too.
I wasn't as familiar with Voyager when I got the role. But everyone there was great to work with. And, I was just so happy to get that and be part of it.
One of the ones I thought was really interesting, I saw you on a Chips episode.
Oh, yeah.
Where you were dressed as like a kiss. Well, he was singing in it too.
Yeah.
But he was singing a different genre. But he was dressed like a Kiss kind of makeup. And that was pretty, he actually did a really good job. Even on a rock kind of like songs, he does a really good job.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool to see. I have another question for you. And it has to do with a 1929 Ford Highboy pickup that you drove on the show on Happy Days.
The 1929. What did you call it? A what?
A Highboy? Ford
I
Highboy?
don't know. It's possible. All I knew was that it was a Model A.
Yeah.
And I thought it was 24 sounds. Yeah, I think I remember that. And it was a Model A. I hadn't heard the term Highboy, but it might have been.
They actually had merchandise of it at one point. And one of the things that bugged me, because when I saw the merchandising, it said Fonzie's Ramrod or something like that. And it was your car in the show.
Yeah.
But
I know. They probably, they figured it would sell better if they said it was Fonzie.
Probably. But every time I saw it, I thought of you. Just kind of thing.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun to drive. It was.
Yeah. How did you ever get to drive it off a set?
Not really. I mean, actually I did. They had me, most of the time it was like driving, into the parking lot of Arnold's, where they built it on the exterior part of Paramount Studios. At one section, they built the outside of Arnold's with the parking lot. So I would drive in and out of there a lot. But there were a few times where they took us out to shoot some stuff that they would use, like in the opening credits and things like that. So I was like driving on the street with Richie and Potsy and pulling into the driveway.
I bet you turned some heads.
Yeah, definitely. So it was a blast to drive that car.
Another question. She mentioned Arnold. Pat Morita, Arnold. Okay. I know he was known for doing the Karate Kid movies too. Yeah. But his real art is the same as mine. I studied judo my whole life.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And that I know that was his. That's what he really studied. Did he ever teach you anything as any judo?
No. Although there was one episode where they had him teaching a judo class, and then he performed I think he flipped me over. So that was the closest I came to learning something in that field.
Okay.
But I didn't know that he had. It's funny. I didn't know that he had studied that prior to Karate Kid. I always figured that he really did a lot of training before the movie. But from what you're saying, he had a background in that.
His art was really judo.
Sure. Ed, do you have a question for Donnie?
Yeah, actually, it's two quick ones. Once again, Don, and as I said earlier, thanks for your work on Happy Days.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Days was known for a lot of funny episodes and whatnot. But if you ever had the chance to see I think it's on the DVD or the whatever, the behind the scenes thing. And one of the funniest things is there was a scene where most of the crew is having dialogue, and off to the right side, Mrs. C and Fonzie started to make out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I remember it very well. It was part of our flub reel. The flub reel was something that would be shown at the end of every season when we would have a party celebrating the season called the Rap Party. And what happened is during the course of each season, there would always be funny things that would happen, mistakes, or somebody doing a practical joke, a lot of mistakes. And the editors would pick out all of the really good moments and put it together to create the flub reel. And we would always wait to see the flub reel and get a big kick out of it. And this was from one of the season's flub reels. And I remember it very well because it was a scene where Tom is talking about his hardware store. He's putting on his coat because it's cold and rainy outside. He's getting ready to go. And he's telling this whole story. And Marion and Fonzie are supposed to, they're listening quietly. Well, and one of the takes, they were shooting it. And as Tom is going on, and he's kind of not even looking in their direction. He's like very into his story. So they all of a sudden, Fonzie and Marion start making out in the scene. And Tom's going on with his story. And Tom keeps going on oblivious to what's happening. And everybody's dying. Everyone's cracking up. And then finally he looks up and he sees. So it was precious.
And real quickly, like I said, a lot of funny scenes, but some emotional scenes, probably the most viewed is when Fonzie had to say goodbye to Richie. Were you there?
Yeah. Yeah. That was, yeah. I don't know if I was there for that scene because was that in the final season?
No. That was when Richie went off to college.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Richie wrote him a note.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I was there when they shot that scene. It's been a while. I can't remember I do remember a lot of it, but I'm not sure about that one. So I'm sorry, I don't have some nice inside, background info on that one.
This is Ed, our engineer. He's phenomenal, and hopefully you can meet him someday at the studio. He'd love that. I know he loves Happy Days as well, and you too, Donnie. And we want to thank you. We're going to end with another song. Another song, Captain Tom. Any last words for Donnie?
Yeah, I hope to see you on the boat while you're here, and say hi to my wife when you're at the Hilton.
Yes,
just ask for the concierge.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, and I hope so too that we can go out on the boat. I really look forward to that.
I promise a day of relaxation that you won't forget.
That sounds awesome.
Well, Donnie, thank you so much for the time for calling in. It's been such a pleasure. And your concert that's coming up May 3rd here at the Clearwater Beach Hilton, we'll definitely keep talking about it. We'll be promoting it as well on every show up till May 3rd.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Dawn. Great to talk to you again. And you too, Captain Tom, and look forward to seeing you.
Thank you so much, Donnie. It's been such a pleasure having you on the air with us. And enjoy the closing music with Donnie Most.
Thank you.
I did you wrong. My heart went out to play. But in the game I lost you. What a price to pay. I'm crying. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Mistakes, I know I've made a few, but I'm only human.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. There's been a deadly helicopter crash in the Hudson River between Manhattan and New Jersey. Reporter Marla Diamond.
Video shows it sort of floating down from the sky, and then you see a large splash.
Witnesses reported seeing parts of the helicopter fall off before the crash. 6 people were killed, including 3 children. The White House clarified today that the U.S. tariffs on China are now at 145%. President Trump said he's willing to negotiate with Beijing.
What happens with China? We would love to be able to work a deal. They've really taken advantage of our country for a long period of time. They've ripped us off.
But the markets did an about-face on the news, giving back more than half of yesterday's gains. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
So much of investing is about confidence. And it's very difficult to have confidence in an administration whose policies change day by day. And it's very difficult to build confidence once you rob confidence by making herky-jerky moves all the time.
CBS's Jim Krasula.
Businesses, big and small, are dealing with what's